Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got Joel back here. Joe's a blue belt. Joe's a very, very talented Jiu-Jitsu player. Shout out to Joe. Thanks to him for being on the channel. Joe's going to pull guard. And I'm going to, if you'll notice, I'm not ever trying to grab his gi, honestly. Especially whenever I'm trying to pass his guard. Especially because Joe is always looking to spin out underneath, grab a leg, do some feet tickling, so I'm trying to deny the opportunity for him to attack my legs and just pass his guard. And as you can see, he's like, trying to invert, get underneath me. And I'm mostly, pretty much concerned about not letting him get one of his legs in between my legs. And I'm going to use something I like to call the dung beetle, because whenever someone's inverting a lot, I'm just, kind of getting away from them and just rolling them over. And there we go. You can, if someone's inverting, they necessarily have to be in a ball, so you can just kind of roll the ball if you wait for the right moment. So here we go. I'm going to cross face, sort of like getting underneath his neck on the near side, inside control. Blocking his hip with my right hand there. So, Joe is, if you're not paying attention, Joe's going to get you. So, you got to make sure. And so from here, I knew I wasn't going to, let's just pause that for a second or go back a little bit. I knew I wasn't going to get his back this way. So what I did was flipped all the way over and rolled around the outside to bring him into what I like to call the world's most comfortable chair position. So I don't have the ideal position, which is an underhook on one side, sort of like not a seatbelt, because what I'm doing is actually digging under the chin with the other hand. So the ideal position, the ideal most comfortable chair is underhook on one side and across the neck on the other side. From this position, even without that, without the underhook control, it's still a really effective position. You can see how you can get a really nasty crossface if you're over someone's shoulders like this. So it's still a really strong position. And I'm not trying to put my hooks in, because if you'll notice what's happening here is, if the ideal position is because if I have the underhook on one or the other side, it prevents rotation a lot better. Having this crossface can do the same, but what I'm really trying to do is maintain underneath the back of the head where the neck meets where the spine meets the skull. That's a control point, and then the other point would be underneath the other arm. I don't have the other arm. But from here, also the reason I don't have my hooks in and my toes are ready to be on the ground is because if Joe has his connection over here and he pushes back into me, I can roll my legs out and accept that energy and maintain my connection here. If my hooks were in, he would just roll on top of me and then be on top, If he has a connection with the ground with his feet and my hooks are into him, I would argue that he's on top. So this is what I'm maintaining the top position by keeping my base underneath me and my connection here. So let's continue. Again, you could really cross-face somebody hard enough. So it may not finish the really experienced people, but you can still control someone with that cross-face. So Joe's trying to invert and tickle my feet. I'm just, again, trying to make sure he's not getting a leg between my legs. Just separate a little bit. Both stand up. Joe decides he does not want to stand up. So again, he does have a leg in between, so now I'm just keeping my base back so there's not enough room for his body to get underneath me. I'm just going to roll him over here a little bit. So what happened here, I'm staying on the outside and on top of his legs, right here. So I have my connection here. Notice I'm not trying to grab his pant legs, because I wouldn't be mobile if I did that. What I'm doing is I'm just waiting for his legs I'm keeping a connection, and then when I'm moving, these grips allow me to, if his legs push towards me, I can shear off their energy because I change the tension in my own arm. And I'll just watch, and as it's necessary, I move my grips and I just kind of fall. I felt a little bad. I didn't mean to fall on Joe's head here, but I did kind of fall on his head. But you know, he was moving around a lot. So when you wiggle, sometimes you get your head squashed a little bit. So here's the, let's go. Here we go. And you've got to look at get the crossface. And Joe did a good job of converting there. But again, I just dung beetle him right over again. I've been playing with doing different things from this position, because if you'll see the pull and peel video, there's a pull and peel right here. I could just reach my right arm underneath his head and pull him back into the world's most comfortable chair, and then I would actually have the good position. But I was kind of trying to see what he was going to do and let him, you know, move around a little bit. See, there we go. This is the position that I was talking about. Now I don't actually have my legs underneath me right now, so because I don't, I'm just going to put my, you know, allow him to move around a little bit and put my legs around him. And obviously we're out of frame, so you can just use your imagination as to you know, what's going on here, what's what you're not seeing out of frame. But we're going to reset the position here in a bit. Again, shout out to Joe for being on the channel. Joe's a great training partner. And I'll just go forward, and there we go. So, oh yeah, the round is almost over. And as we come back in, Joe, I'm not sure if Joe saw the round was over, but he like comes towards me kind of aggressively, and so I just allow his energy to just travel over top of me and get my left butterfly hook underneath him, and that grip is behind his elbow, and he just goes for a little ride. And we laughed about it. So great round. Big thanks to Joe for being on the channel. Thanks for watching, and come down and train.